Paul the host in case. Then make Emo and Paul can make the other person's co-host. Mm, okay. All right.
Okay, while we're trying to sort that, I can see the council chair on call. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining me early. We're so grateful to have you here. So
Thank you
let me
very
go
much. Good afternoon, everyone.
So let me try to make Amos co-host. Okay, I'm currently sorry. I need to be made the host to make others co-host. So can you make me the host instead? I'm currently just the co-host. Or can you just go ahead to make Amos a co-host? Okay, yes, Amos is co-host now. That's fine. Please make Temitope co-host as well because she'll be sharing her screen sometime in the meeting. So Amos, you can go ahead to share your screen and we can commence with the meeting.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amos, and thank you so much to everyone who has joined this call. Good evening to our council chair, Engineer Francis. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Ebifaha. Good evening to everybody. So while we're getting others to join in the call, for us that have joined, please, I'd like for this session to really be interactive because this is the meeting edition and it's one of the first kind. So please, using the chat box, I would like for everybody to introduce themselves, tell us where you're joining from, as well as what section you are repping. If you're still a student, please rep your student chapter. If you're a YP, please rep your section. There might be gifts for the highest population of people from either a student chapter or from a section. So please, can we use the chat box? In the next 3 to 5 minutes, we're going to kick off today's program. Okay, welcome, Bashirat. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Paul, for joining. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome, Usman. Welcome. Okay, welcome, Adigoke, John. Thank you all for joining. Please, while you're on this call, try to also get some of your classmates, your peers to join in the call because today's session really promises to be very insightful, interactive, everything you can think of. Okay. It's as if worry section is going to win this. Let me see which student chapter. I can't say anybody from my alma mater. Okay. Welcome, Balogun. Welcome. Okay, in the next 2 minutes, we're going to kick off today's program. So please, let's still make use of the chat box to introduce ourselves. Where are we joining from? What section of student chapter are you repping? Oh, finally, somebody from my alma mater. You're welcome. Okay, I would kickstart today's program.
Yeah. Please, this is what we'll do. Once we start we'll just start the session properly. Once we're done with reading their bio.
Okay, I would start today's program. For everyone joining in, please gather your classmates, your peers, everyone to join in the call. This is the first of its kind, the meeting edition to the meeting edition. So please let's all join. So while others will be joining on later, so as not to keep the early birds late, I would start today's program. So good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the maiden edition of the annual Student Graduation Symposium organized by SP Nigerian Council, themed Navigating the Transition from Campus to the Industry. Welcome, everybody, to the maiden edition. My name is Michael. Michael Eze, and I'm the YP Technical Lead for SP Lagos section, and I will be your moderator today. Co-moderating with me is...
Good evening, everyone. My name is Amos Akpodoma, YP member SP Warri section. Thank you, everyone, for joining this call. We have 43 participants on the call already, with some professionals on the call, which I can't really see their names now because I'm the one sharing the screen. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. For our students, graduates that are on the call, you are welcome. I understand how it feels, transitioning from students to be a professional, or transitioning from student to into the industry. I know we have a lot of questions. Some of us at this moment now are confused, like, oh, what's the next step? What am I going to do after now? I know we have a lot of questions, a whole lot of questions. Please and please, I want to tell you guys, write your questions down. Those of us with questions, you can take your time now, write those questions down, because there'll be time to questions and answer sections. Trust me, most of your questions, there'll be answers to them in this program. You should keep in mind that this program will equip you with the clarity that you need for and direction that you need for your next phase in this industry and in your career at large. So I just want to advise each and every graduating student on this call, please and please, what you might just need from this program might just be one advice, might just be one idea, might just be one word that will actually transform everything and just change your perspective as to how you see things and help you in transitioning fully into a professional. So please and please pay full attention. This program promises to be insightful, promises to be educative. Tighten your seatbelts and trust me, I know you are going to enjoy this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I believe Amos has really said it all. And just before we move on to the next order of the program, I can see our panelists on this call. Please, let's just understand and give our panelists virtual round of applause before the actual panel session. I can see Ife Uluwa Omosuweni. I can see Miss Karen Uchi. I can see Ogene Fejuru and Promise. So please, let's just give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Over to you, Amos.
Okay, moving on. Thank you very much, Michael, for that. Moving on, we've already kickstarted the event. So like I said earlier, our graduating student and every participant on this call, please and please pay full attention. So moving on, we'll be taking our safety brief shortly. Safety is very paramount and very important. Like we always say, safety is as important as any operations that we are doing. So taking us on this section is no other person than the current SP UNILAG chapter president, and the person of Samuel Oko. Samuel Oko, please, if you're on the call, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Amos. I really appreciate it. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening to our council leaders, and good evening to our graduates. And I want to say thank you for joining the call. So, before we move to the next session, we understand in SPA and in the energy industry at large, we know the importance of safety. Safety remains our top priority, and that's why I'll be running you through the ground rules for the call. So please, I need us to pay attention. First off, I would like us to mute our mics when we are not speaking, and kindly make use of the reaction buttons whenever you want to contribute or say anything. And you can do that by raising up your hands. So I believe Michael stated you can make use of the chat buttons, which is whenever you want to drop your comments or questions, you can use the chat box. Ensure you are also capable of listening or hearing any fire alarm, because for those of us using our headsets, I believe we need to be conscious of our environment. For as many of us that are joining us from our various offices, in a bus or wherever you are, please be alert on your environment. You need to stay conscious so you can, seek help whenever there is a case of emergency. So I also like to share some few things. For those of us that are connected to our PCs, let's ensure the extension sets are safe and our sockets are properly connected. Then we should also be emergency prepared. Beware of your workspace safety. And during the course of this program, I would advise we get a bottle of water close to us so we stay hydrated. So thank you very much, and let's abide to these safety rules. Thank you, Emma.
Okay, thank you so much, Samuel. Like Samuel already said, safety is really important. Safety is paramount. Safety should be our first line of action. And moving to our next, please let's try to abide by the safety rules that Samuel just gave. If we are not talking, please let's try to mute our mic. So moving on to the next on our agenda. Please join me in welcoming the Student Affairs Chair for SPE Nigerian Council, Dr. Pringle Igbe. Please can we give him a virtual round of applause?
Okay, hello, please, can you hear me? Dr. Pringle has just called me here to reach out because of an engagement. He was just called in. So, on behalf of the Student Affairs Chair, SP Nigerian Council, we're welcoming you to the maiden edition of the annual student graduation symposium. This is very important to SPE because we feel that as you transition from the student body to a young professional, you should be equipped with necessary details, skills, and anything required to transition smoothly into the young professional space. Hence, we have invited outstanding young professionals to share their insights of how they transitioned and also keynote speeches from our able council chair and the BOT chair for SP Nigerian Council to guide you in everything that you will face in your journey. We have also amazing things that we plan to do in this event. We'll also be inviting the immediate past chair to present to the outstanding chapter presidents for 2025, where we will also issue letters of recognition to those parties. And also, we'll reveal a lot of other details, including the STSC host, where we will always have students converge in a conference every year. We know you'll have an amazing time, so stay tuned, get your pen so that you can jot as many things that you need to transition in this journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ebifa. I know if Dr. Prigos was on this call, I know it's going to be exactly what you said or similar to what you said. So thank you very much, sir, for that insightful one. So moving on, we'll be taking our icebreaker section. We'll be breaking the ice shortly, and this section will be taken by the outgoing SP Novena chapter president, the person of AB Bobomi. AB Bobomi, please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, good afternoon, Amos. Thank you for that warm introduction. Firstly, my name is AB, past president, SP Novena University chapter, and I'll be taking up the icebreaker session. So during this session, it's targeted to recent graduates. So you just have to make use of the chat box and drop your responses. And I'm going to read out as well. Okay, next slide. Okay, so I have the first question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are
No,
you
no, no, no.
about?
I just took this at next. I'm good.
On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, David says 10. I would also like to see why you're excited about graduating. Okay, we have a response from Timilai. Timilai said 10 as well. Let's see your responses, please. I want the chat box to be buzzing. We have graduates here. Somebody said 11. Okay, that can still be valid. Let's see your response. 11. Someone said 8. Yeah. Someone said 8. From Ade. Faustina said 9.9. Saka said 10. Ajarat said 9. Christopher Abraham said 8. Well, I'm excited about graduating either ways, but there was certain things that I really did not know how to go about them. But I guess we're going to figure out them, right? So ABU, Mohammed said 9. Fatima said 5. Fadi said 10. All right. Interesting. Thank you very much for those responses. So let's have the second question. Okay, so what's the most memorable session you've attended in an SP event? What is the most memorable session? What was that session that was mostly interesting for you that you've attended throughout your time as a student or as a volunteer with SP? What was that session that has interested you? Okay, someone said the NICE exhibition. 8 years, Warrior at 35. Christabel. Okay. Someone said the Energy for Me sessions. David Kashiku said Kahoot games. Yeah. This one always love to respond to Kahoot games. So let's see your answers buzzing in. Okay, somebody said Energy for Me. This is the second time someone is mentioning Energy for Me again. Someone said the 2024 Lagos section AGM. That's interesting. Well, for me, it was nice, Sha. It was my first nice. So the exhibition was quite interesting for me. Thank you very much for that response. Let's move over to the third question. Okay, so the third question, which SP event impacted you the most and why? So you are telling us the SP event that impacted you the most and why it was that impactful for you, right? So let's see your response buzzing in the chat box. Let's see. So for me, I'm going to tell you guys my own. For me, it was our YP workshop we do at SP Worry section, right? So I had to present my resume. Okay, David said nice 2025 because I gained valuable connection. Of course, nothing beats the connection you get at nice. Faustina said all of them. They brought more insight and they brought knowledge. So what are you saying nice 2025 again? Mohammed said SPE mentoring. Yeah, that's one. That was a very, very good one. Someone said there's this technical meeting workshop at SP ABU Zaria. It helped to shape my writing skills. That was a nice one. Someone said nice 2025. I got to volunteer under the HSSE team and had the opportunity to network. Yes, that's the aim of the whole conferences and congresses, right? To connect and build our network. Someone is saying the SP African Annual Student Congress at Kano 2025. Christabel Abraham is saying ATS worry. Okay, let's go over to the next question. Okay, the next question. What's one thing you've learned in SP that you still apply today? What is that thing you've learned in SP that you still apply today? Well, Okay, let's see the response. Well, for me, my time as a president, I was always writing letters, right, out of my head without any supervision or anything. So that was one thing that SP has taught me, and I'm still applying it today as I grow up and I'm still having activities to handle, right? So someone from BUK said time management, that's good. Olarewaju said public speaking. Cliff said, once you join an online meeting, mute your mic. I'm telling you, once you join, just mute. Christopher Abraham said public speaking. Tayo said communication and working with other people. These are really nice. Okay. Saka said teamwork. Definitely. Footmina chapter said volunteering. Of course, SP and volunteering. You can't mention SP without volunteering. Someone says team collaboration, teamwork, and public speaking. Thank you very much, David, for that response. Let's have the fifth question. Okay, the next question, who is your SP icon / role model? So let's see the likes of people you're going to mention. Who is your SP icon and role model? Someone said Mistura Yusuf. I'm correct with that. Ibukun said Mistura Yusuf. So let's see. Someone said Engineer Dr. Amina Damadami. That is really nice. Someone is saying Engineer Ebifaga Bebenimibo. David is saying Mr. Shima to the world. Yeah, Mr. Shima. Then we have Professor Olalekun Olafunyi. We have Dr. Chukwu Emeka. Yeah, this man is a wonderful pastor, by the way. We have Tayo's response saying Engineer Afolabi Oluwaseun Shei, right? And Inusa from BUK says Dr. Amina Damadami. We're still seeing Dr. Shukwe Emeke, and we're still seeing Engineer Ebifaga Bebenimibo. Thank you very, very much. These are wonderful role models in the SP society. A lot of students always, hope to be like someday. Thank you very much for that wonderful answer. Let's move over to the next one. So, name one thing you look forward to enjoying in SP going forward. What's that one thing you look forward to enjoying in SP going forward? Well, for me, I feel it's mentorship because you have a whole lot of persons to climb on till you get to where you are going. So for me, it would be mentorship. Somebody said chop oil money. Okay. Someone said continual mentorship. Someone is saying networking. Someone is saying the nice technical presentation. We have another mentoring. And someone is saying opportunity to volunteer, network, and get valuable mentorship. Of course, mentorship is one very, very key thing and is what is going to keep us going. So the next question, please. Okay, so have you done your student to young professional conversion on the SPI portal? I will answer for myself. Yes, I have. Someone said no. What are you waiting for? Please go and do it. So please, you have to convert from student to the young professional. SP has made it very easy for us, giving us 1 year free membership. So we should. So I'm seeing a lot of responses saying yes and yes and yes. Someone said no, it required me to pay $10. No, if you are a student from Nigeria, I feel you have this 1 year free membership, and after that you have to pay. So thank you very, very much for those intriguing and buzzing responses. Thank you very much. Over to you, Amos.
Okay. Thank you very much, AB. Thank you. For me, I would always say that SP Nice has been like my best highlight of SPE. All the souvenirs to receive, papers to present, people to meet, to network and learn from. So yes, everybody that said SP Nice, top notch, top notch. So moving on to our next agenda. Please join me in, you understand, giving a virtual round of applause, like from now till I'm done reading our cancer's chair bio. So join me in giving a virtual round of applause to our cancer chair.
All and sizes. And the legacy, my result, when I will explore it. I know most of you stay to this, right?
Sorry, please, can we unmute our mic? So thank you very much. So please, let's continue with the virtual round of applause for our Council Chair, SP Nigerian Council, Engineer Francis Umochi. So Engineer Francis Umochi is a highly accomplished petroleum engineer with over 20 years of experience. Like not one, not two, not one, not two, but not one, not two, but over 20 years of experience. 20 years. I'm sure that is like for some of us, that can be our age. He currently serving as the Deputy General Manager, Partner Relations and Regulatory Affairs, where he leads external stakeholder engagement and regulatory issues for Chevron's Deepwater Organization. He is a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Engineer Francis previously led operations support for deepwater operations at Chevron Nigeria Limited. His broad expertise spans budgeting, planning, contracting, stakeholder engagement, and operations and maintenance support. He really has gone through different operations, different areas of the industry. Please, let's continue with our virtual round of applause. He is a prolific author of SP technical papers and a pioneer of innovative industry technologies, including pour boy gas lifting, deep water coil tubing assist stimulation, deep water produced water reinjection in the Gulf of Guinea, and dual completion and single string perforation. Whoa, his contributions have consistently driven competitive performance and delivered significant cost savings worth millions of dollars. If you are looking for a mentor, please hold on to Engineer Francis. Beyond his professional achievements, Engineer Francis is deeply committed to service, contributing through his church, SPE, and various volunteer organizations. He has held impactful leadership positions, including SP Legal Section Chair in 2010, SP Legal Section, say hi, and SP Annual Conference Chair in 2014, reflecting his enduring commitment to excellence, mentorship, and community development. Please, can we give a very huge virtual round of applause for Engineer Francis as he gives his keynote speech? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you can hear me loud and clear. Okay. So I just want to thank you for the privilege to be called up here. I'm really excited to be here, really. For those that know me with students, I'm really excited to be here. I just want to, first of all, recognize my BOT chair, the SP Nigeria Council Board of Trustees chairperson, Ms. Engineer Lucy Afalabi. Thank you for attending. My immediate past council chair, Engineer Amina Damadami, Engineer Dr. Amina Damadami. Thank you. Fellow council members, fellow SP colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Also have the distinguished faculty, the partners in the energy industry, and of course, most importantly, our graduating students, our students that graduated. Again, I'm really excited to be here. I really cannot say how excited, and I had some things that I wrote down. I have a few minutes. If I don't finish it, please forgive me. But I thought I would twist it a bit and start from some personal things as we talk. We're talking about navigating the transition from campus to the industry. Oh, I need to thank the section chair too, and the student section chair, Dr. Pringle. Yes, thank you so much for all these things you do. So of course, more than a topic, this campus industry, it's reality. It's a big deal, and I put it like this: that it's where excitement meets uncertainty. It's where ambition meets reality, and it's where dreams begin to materialize. So I'll first of all talk about some personal things before I go into my general speech. Just stop me whenever it's my time so I don't So I always felt that the next stage of life was always better, personally. When I was in secondary school, I felt it was the best. Then I got to university, I felt it was the best. I left university, started working, I felt it was the best. I'm now getting old into age, with age and with wisdom, I still feel it's the best. And I think it's because I embrace them. I always embrace them. So it's one thing I'll tell you, first of all. You've come out, you're graduating, embrace it. Say, I've come out, I want to enjoy what's next. I'll give you a story of my own employment. I got in to do youth service in Texaco overseas, it was called then. A person that was in my church, my mom had helped him with something, so he decided to give us a favor back and said I could do youth service. And I got in there. The first thing I did was, because I was kind of playful, then I cut off all my friends and said I'll focus. Just because I heard that at the end of the NYC, they would do an interview. I cut off all my friends. They asked me where I was working. I said I was teaching in one school in Ekpe, but I was in Ikoyi. If you know the NUIMS, the NMPC building in Ikoyi, that's where we were, in Texaco. I pretended I was in Lekki because I had a lot of friends. I knew they would come with cars, they would park in my office, they would make all kinds of noise. So I didn't want all that. I needed a perception. And so did my work throughout the year. When it was time for the interview, I remember for 2 nights, I went to stay with the smartest boy or young gentleman from Uniport in his house for 2 nights, no light. We were reading for the interviews. At the end of the interview, I was the only one they took from my group. We're about 12 of us. The others are in Shell now and some other places, but for Texaco at that time, I was the only one they took. I'm saying this because of some reasons. They took me as a contract staff, only 3 months. And then after 3 months, in short, the person that brought me into the company, when I was taking an interview, he says nothing he can do. He's helped me. I've done my youth service, that he can't do any other thing. Very straight, prim and proper man, gentleman, very wonderful man. Said he had done what he could do, and the rest was up to me to do my interview. I moved to, so I did 3 months contract staff, and I was told, it's time to let you go. Somebody said, oh, he's been working very hard. There's a contract position in Warri. Is he ready to go? I said, I'm ready to go. I got to Warri. I found that there was somebody there that they wanted to give the job, and they gave it to me. The person walked around with me because he was a friend of mine, friendly with me for like 2-3 weeks in Warri, trying to find out and I didn't know, trying to find out why I got the job. Felt that maybe I knew something. But I think eventually found out I just got the job because they just took me there. And then after 2 years, they wanted to staff me. So I spent 2 years as a contract staff. Wanted to staff me as a permanent staff. And they called me one day. I was offshore as the engineer, and they asked me a single question. They said, Francis, sorry, we can't take you. Your grades are not the best of grades and all that. I didn't make a first, like 1 or 2 people. And I told them only one thing. I said, I did the interview to enter the company. I did the interview with first-class people. I did it with very intelligent guys, and I beat them all. He said, is that true? I said, yes. You can go and check the records. You can go and ask my bosses. And they made me a permanent staff. Why am I saying this? I took every opportunity I could take. And what's one key thing I want to tell you? Every opportunity you have as a graduate, in any way, maximize it. Maximize it. My current role as corporate affairs, as an engineer, I shouldn't really be in corporate affairs. It's primarily because of my SP, Nigerian Council chair role. My company saw me and said, they need you here because they feel it's a right fit. Opportunity meets preparation. So I just said I will share that in a personal note for some people here because I feel you may have it. And then I'll go into, so you're stepping into an industry. It's one of the most dynamic times. You find out that those that will thrive in this industry right now, those that have the right mindset, ready to adapt and have a sense of purpose. And I'll try and give you about 10 key attributes and actions that will help you, that will move from campus to industry. And it's just not so you can survive at the workplace, but you will lead, you will influence, and you will transform. A lot of people say, oh, there are no opportunities, they're not this, they're not that. And when I talk about opportunity, I'm not talking about only the oil and gas industry. As entrepreneurs in other industries, wherever you find yourself, this principle works. Build an identity of excellence. An identity of excellence. In the industry, success is about creating value. Always try and be excellent. When they say do something, do it very well. When you want to volunteer for SP, do it very well. It's volunteering for SP, and I did it well, that they kept on moving me from different groups. I've done so many groups, publicity, students affairs. I've done awards committee. They keep on calling me. And the same way they called me for Nigerian Council Chair. Excellence. Be a problem solver, be reliable, pay attention to details and such, like, those things. Number 2, master the skill of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Always adapt, always change. The industry is always changing. It goes from this place. I used to be in my office the best in some softwares. I'm no more the best.
Yeah, that's it.
Some people in my office have decided that they're going to continue to evolve themselves, and they have, and they've kept themselves relevant. Take online courses. If you check, I have a technical paper that I wrote in SP. We use Python to create an algorithm that can help optimize non-rig workovers. It's Python we use. We're looking for those kind of people in the industry. So you find that just having yourself improve in Python, improve in all those other kind of reservoir simulation and all those things may change your career. Seek mentorship. Don't walk alone. Seek mentorship. When I talk about mentorship in so many areas, you can have a mentor that will teach you patience. You can have a mentor that will teach you how to remove biases. I see a lot of people in the office, when they come, they will say that, oh, this people are Igbo, this people are Yoruba, all kind of talks. It's because you have the wrong mentor. When excellence is at work, people usually throw away those things because at a point in time, they will need that excellence. So get the right mentor, someone that will teach you the right path, tell you what to do, guide you properly. I tell people that usually at this my stage in my career, if I spend some minutes encouraging somebody like I'm doing here to make an impact or to transform the person's life, it pleases me more than adding 3,000, 10,000 barrels of oil per day at this stage of my career. That's how I feel right now. Build soft skills. Number 4, it matters more than you think. Soft skills, build them. How to communicate, be clear in your communication. How to have emotional intelligence. Know when people, how they are doing, how they do. Adaptability, you must adapt. Build those soft skills. So when you see all these conferences and things, attend them, learn the soft skills. SP does a lot these days, learn them. Engage the world, because the opportunities are global. Remember, the opportunities that we have right now are not limited to Nigeria. Many of you are coming out thinking that, oh, I can only apply for a job in Nigeria. No. There are people that are here in Nigeria earning dollars from abroad. I know like 2 or 3 people that resigned my office about 3 years ago. They live around where I live. One is in IT. He is earning dollars. He just sits at home writing programs for people abroad and is making dollars. So don't limit yourself. Don't be myopic. The world has become borderless. It's whether you believe it or not. We're 4 of us, very good friends in that Texaco. We used to always carry a bag with flash drive, our CVs, all those things. We always used to say we had a Nike logo, that we call it ourselves. Just do it. If they called us, because we used to work on the rig and things like that, if you called us at the drop of this thing, we're ready to go to anywhere, take any job anywhere. 3 of them went to work in the Middle East. They invited me there. They hosted me in a 5-star hotel. I'm the only one that didn't go because I didn't really believe in quote or about going outside, or I didn't trust it like some of you are. But better still, I felt I had a purpose locally. That's really what I felt. But the actual fact was that I had the opportunity. I remember they would come sometimes, 3 of them, and say, why are you not working here with us in Oman? Why are you not working here with us in Dubai? The opportunities are there, but will you allow your fear constrain you? Global is global. Be resilient. Be resilient. The opportunity, things are not going to work out like this. The road from campus to industry, it can be tough. It is tough for a lot of people. Some people come, they say, oh, why is this guy called a high flyer in the office? Why is he rising so fast? I said, why are you complaining about the guy? I watch him every day. He sleeps by 10. He leaves the office by 10 every night. You don't leave by 10 and you're complaining about the guy. Let's be honest. The guy works more than us. Because I've always been truthful about those kind of things. So if you pay the price, there will be delays, there will be rejections, there will be uncertainties, there will be moments of self-doubt, but resilience can be a secret weapon they'll use. And every professional you admire has a story of struggle. The Dangote we hear now, with the refinery recently, he went through a lot. It's resilience. At the end of the day, his refinery is still standing. The Fanfa oil that you hear that the woman, Lucky Jada, owns 1 billion, a government shareholder wanted to take out of their 40% of the shares, wanted to take at least 30%. They fought it, went all the way to the International Court in Hague and won the court case. It takes resilience. You have to fight.
Hello, sir. Please, you have 2 more minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Be a clean, confident, professional brand. You have your brand. That is, you are professional, you are competent, curious, things like that. I have a brand, and most of the times, by the grace of God, that brand is integrity. That's my brand. Understand the energy future, not just the energy past. Look at where where we are going towards, and update yourself about it. I'll tell you some secret things I do. How much are we making in the oil industry daily in Nigeria? I learn those kind of things. What's happening in this industry? I read those articles. Do I need to read it? Maybe not. But you just get updated. Decarbonization, energy efficiency, renewables, digital transformation, things like that. Learn about it. Think entrepreneurship, innovation, and problem solving. Everybody amongst you mustn't have a job. Remember that. You can own your business, but you have to think. Look at what is the problem in the nation and try and solve it. There's gas flaring problem, there's power distribution problem, there's pipeline security problem. Create a pipeline that you cannot blow up, and you find out you probably made billions. I was telling my daughter the other day, she's in computer science. I say, if you can create a nanobot that can be injected into somebody's blood, that when they kidnap the person, they can trace where it is inside the blood. You've solved kidnapping probably. And you can sell it for $1 billion or $1 million or million naira to anybody that wants to buy. So the final one, carry values that stand the test of time. I mentioned them: integrity, humility, discipline, and such like, respect. So as you step into the world that's full of challenges, but also overflowing with opportunities, believe you me, the industry is waiting for your brilliance, your curiosity, your courage, your leadership. One thing I always used to tell them in my office a lot is that people get discouraged sometimes when they're working. I tell them that you did an interview to enter Chevron with more than like 5,000 to 10,000 people. Don't let anybody ever tell you are not intelligent. You graduated from the schools you graduated from. Some people have failed out. Don't let anyone ever tell you are not intelligent. It's just that circumstances may impact it. So you find the right circumstance, find the right environment, and express yourself. So go forward with confidence, go forward with hunger, go forward with excellence, and may your careers illuminate the future of the energy industry in Nigeria and across the world. So congratulations, and thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Section Chair. Thank you very much, Mr. Francis. That was a brilliant story. That was a brilliant story. I'm no longer a student, but that story, honestly, I learned a whole lot from it. I learned a whole lot from it. So in less than 5 seconds, I will be sharing some tips from Engineer Francis. So for those of us that didn't take notes, get your pen so that at least you will get something from what he said. Also, I want to introduce, acknowledge the presence of our immediate past student program chair, SP Nigeria Council. The president of Dr. Ogenerum Ugolo is on this call. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for joining in. So, like I
thank
said,
you. Good evening, everyone.
good evening, sir. You're welcome, sir. So from what Mr. Francis said, for our student, please, these are just little tips that you need to take home for those of us that didn't write anything. When he started his story, he said, embrace your present situation, paraphrase. Wherever you find yourself, just embrace that your present situation. Say, be bold and courageous. These are paraphrase. Be bold and courageous. Always prepare because opportunity meets preparation most times. So be prepared all the time. Like in the story, he said his bags and everything, and those of his team, then were always with him. Anytime they just call them for anything, they are ready to move. They are always on the go. So always be prepared for you always be prepared. Also, he said the right mindset and be ready to adapt. So have the right mindset and be ready to adapt. Say build an identity of excellence. I think that's very, very, very important. That's very, very important. Build an attitude and identity of excellence. Say master the skill of learning, unlearning, and relearning. You don't know it all. You may know it today. Things change. We're in a dynamic world. So master the art. It's an art. Master the skill. Also, it says seek mentorship. I think this we can't over exaggerate this. Always seek mentorship. Each and every one of us, I think, for this graduating student, we need mentors in different facets of our career as we are growing in life, in career, in even in academics, we need mentors. So always seek mentors. And above all, I'll be concluding with what he concluded with. He said, carry value that stand the test of time. So please and please, you should write this down and then write it in how did the Bible say? Just put these things into practice. So thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate this, sir. Thank you very, very much. So moving on, we'll be taking our second keynote speech, and this will be taken by one of our mothers in SPE, the current BOT chair, SPA Nigeria Council, the person of engineer Dr. Oluwase Afolabi. Please, as I will be reading our bios, I want us to be giving a virtual round of applause until I finish reading our bios. Please and please, this is a mother to us. If we had time, I would have to be singing now. Our mama be this over. So let's just keep it coming. A virtual round of applause. For those of us that does not know Engineer Dr. Oluwase Afolabi. She is the founder and the principal CEO of Reservoir and Facility Solution Limited. Her career span over 40 years in the oil and gas industry. Wow, that's longer than I have lived on earth, for which she was recently awarded the Doctor of Engineering. Wow. Engineer Dr. Oluwase Afolabi, she is retired from ExxonMobil Nigeria in March 2017 as Executive Director, Commercial and New Business Development, where she led commercial negotiation. Before this, she was the Executive Director, Project Support, overseeing a portfolio valued at over $10 billion. Wow, that's a lot of money. Also, between 2012 and 2015, she was the only female on the 8-man board of directors for ExxonMobil Nigeria. Her roles include several managerial and technical assignments in Nigeria, the US, covering Africa, Asia, and the Gulf of Mexico region. She's a dedicated mentor. So for our girls side and our girls underscore graduating females, she is a dedicated mentor for girls and women development. She is the founder of Smile, Choco, and Laugh Children's Entertainment Center Lekki, which will open the second quarter of next year, 2026. She currently serves as the president of the Methodist Girls High School, Yaba 1973/78. I think I've stopped seeing the virtual round of applause. Please let's keep it coming. Our affiliations are extensive, including serving as a board of trustees chairman for the SPA Nigeria Council 2025 to 2027, being the first female chairman and the section director of the Society of Petroleum Engineers Lagos section. Wow, that's a huge feat. And being a fellow of the Nigeria Society of Chemical Engineers. Engineer Dr. Oluwase Afolabi, she is happily married with children. So with a virtual round of applause, let's welcome our mommy to give us our keynote speech.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much. And I do appreciate all the applause. And I really always very excited to speak to young people. I just sent a PowerPoint presentation. If it can be shared, I'm working from my phone as well. I just sent it now, but if it cannot be shared, I can also speak through it. So, graduation is an exciting time. I mean, you've been through a lot in your own way. You've had several exams. You have finally been done with the lecturers, the ones that like you and the ones that don't like you, the ones that you would rather say some words to, but you cannot say anything to them because they do hold your degree. So uh, you are done with school and you're happy to say that you're done with school. But the future is now what to look forward to. And as you graduate, I don't know if some of you have already graduated or you are about to graduate and then do NYSC. But I'm sure what is key on your mind, especially when you've been a volunteer, a student chapter member of SP for such a long time, is what's next. My volunteerism, I have met some people and would they help me? Would they not help me? So there's a lot of discussions going on in your mind that you cannot share, especially in the current rhetoric that you have in the industry about petroleum engineering. Would it be phased out? Is oil and gas bad fuel? Are we polluting the environment? You know, all kinds of things. But I can tell you that all the questions that come out from human beings are definitely requiring solutions. And one good thing that all engineers have is that innate ability to solve problems. So whenever you hear, rather than think about the negative side of the question that you're being asked, the first thing is to say, how can I solve that problem? And that's, you know, in my first slide, I'm showing as the pathway to success. You know, you're thinking, what does the future hold? But there is so much questions that people are asking every single day. And you, as an engineer, you are here to solve those problems. So, in the industry, if you decide that you're going to stay in petroleum engineering, there's so many aspects to petroleum engineering. You can, if we were to follow, you know, kind of like the life cycle of petroleum development, then, you know, after the explorationists have discovered something, then someone needs to calculate it, and that's the reservoir engineer. So the reservoir engineer calculates just how much oil is in the ground, and so would you want to be a reservoir engineer? From the, I mean, that is to say that the drillers have come ahead. So the drilling engineering was the one that was there helping the explorationists to be able to drill the well. So the drillers are there, the reservoir engineers are there. If it's commercial quantity, then there's the development engineers. You build the concept. From there, you know, you choose this concept that is, you know, most cost effective for the development you're planning. So the development planning engineers, the project engineers, they're, you know, from there, they're environmental engineers, you know, safety engineers. You know, the list can go on and on and on. So, in terms of your options, you're spoiled for options. And as a young person, you must be ready to accept any position that you are given. So, you come in as a greenie because people right out of school greenie. They don't know their left from their right. One thing that the industry would tell you immediately is that safety is important. That's why I have that picture with the person wearing, his hard hat. In this case, he's not wearing his coveralls, but safety is key in our industry because the cost of a safety incident, number one, if it has any impact on anyone's life, is not quantifiable. And all the time that I was working, and as a young engineer, one of the first things that I learned was the ability to understand the normal sound of an engine. So when an engine, you get on a platform, they have gas compressors, all kinds of engines that are there. You've got to be able to tune your ears to how it runs normally. Because when a machine is going to go bad, the first thing that changes is the way it runs. The normal humming will change. And I don't want to tell too many stories because when you have 41 years of experience in this industry, you can keep the audience for the next 40 years telling different stories. So safety is key in the industry. You must be focused on your own personal safety and the safety of those that work with you. I pray that there will never be an occasion when you have to think about a colleague that you lost because of a safety incident. It doesn't matter who started it or how it started. Your safety is very important. So as you think about what the future holds in the industry, you must think about your personal safety and the safety of the people that you're going to work with. So the next thing I have here is always seek for help. You must never be shy to ask the question because you really don't know. What you've learned in school is different from what you're going to see in the industry. And there are always people to help. So learn to ask, learn to be able to speak up, and eventually you're already developing all the traits that will make you become a future leader. Because one of the things that I would say was my guiding principle, the way the industry operates is that 0 to 5 years, you're really more of an individual contributor and people are around you to help you. 6 to 10 years, then the organization starts looking at your leadership traits and telling, kind of like wanting to test it, if you are a leader or not. So you must, number one, as you're getting tested in the leadership, you must realize that people's safety and your own safety is also important. And then, of course, after 11 to the future years, you're growing from a supervisor to a manager to a general manager to a director. And so there's so many pathways to that success. But the key pathway to success is number one, safety. Protect yourself and protect the people that work with you. And one thing that you must do is always to be able to seek for help. Don't assume you know it, especially when you're a greenie, like I said earlier on. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. So be open to all opportunities. As an engineer, you can do virtually anything because you have a logical mindset. Don't ever think any job is too small or too large. Oh, you have your eyes set on becoming an excellent engineer. So, whatever opportunities you have, you might start off with a one-man company, you might start off with a 10-man company, or even a big company. It does not matter. If you are able to seek employment, especially for those who are going for their youth service, by the time you get an opportunity to serve somewhere, ensure that you live there. You leave an impression of, I can do whatever you ask me to do. And like Francis was saying earlier on, I can do it in an excellent manner. So I will tell you that as a youth corper, most times people see the youth corper as the errand person. Please feel free to be the errand person. But when you go on those errands, come back and ask questions. Ask engineering questions. Ask, why did you send me to do that task? Engage your managers. Don't be quiet. It's important that you are constantly seeking knowledge. Every job that you're given, every assignment that you're given is a building block to your future. It doesn't matter what that assignment is. Next slide, please. Now, you have finished school. And for those, I do not put it past anybody that still wants to go back for a postgraduate, or they want to go back to become, be in the academia. It's okay. School, you can go back to if you want that, if that's your preferred option. But forward looking, even when you go back to school, hopefully you graduated, you're not going back to the BSc class, you're going into postgraduate. The fundamental principles that you must take along with you as you move forward are the things that Francis talked about. But in addition, honesty is very important. In our country these days, people feel that it is okay to lie. As petroleum engineers, as future executives, please don't make lying part of your toolbox. You have absolutely no place. I always say it over and over again that the evil that engineers do live with them. It doesn't live after them. Because if you lie about something, it's going to come back and catch up with you. So honesty is very important, and let people be able to attest to your integrity. I'm talking about honesty in even the small things. If you got to work late, be bold enough to say, I did come in late today, and there was no reason for me coming late. I just overslept. As long as you don't make it a routine, because if you oversleep every day, then your supervisor will begin to wonder if you are serious at all. So if you overslept first time, make sure your alarm is very loud the next time so you don't oversleep. And I also heard Francis talk about putting in the extra time. It's very important. A lot of people rush off, right after work. Let your supervisor be the one to tell you that maybe it's time to go home now or something. If you don't have to rush back home, always put in the extra time. And at this point, I'll probably talk about a story. So when I was a young reservoir engineer, I used to work late because at that time I wasn't married, so there was nothing to rush back home to. So I would read every file. I would go to the library, take all the files. In those days, it was not electronic library. So it was, you go and get the files. And I would read late into the night. And then one day, one old geologist was going home. I didn't know he had been observing me. And he stopped by my office and said, I see you here after everyone has gone. You want to be a damn good reservoir engineer? I said, yes, please, sir. He said, well, you tell your supervisor you want to attend the sandstone seminar. It's for geologists, but if you attend that seminar as a reservoir engineer, you're going to be a damn good reservoir engineer. The next morning, I told my supervisor I would like to go for the sandstone seminar. And he said, well, that's a geology course. What are you trying to do? I said, well, you know, I heard from a very wise old man, geologist, that I should go. Anyway, cut my long story short, it was my supervisor and I that ended up going for that course because he realized that he had missed that also in his training. And I can never, ever trade it because a reservoir engineer without the geologist beside them is just hypothesizing. You know, you're just writing hypotheses. You need your geologist next to you, making sure that the earth that he knows more about is what you as an engineer is trying to draw as a straight line. So that's requirement in the industry that you are going to do the work. And if you don't do the work, you don't get the benefits. Then professionalism is very important, that you appear as a professional all the time. You know, you have to learn how to speak to people, you know, and, you know, you've got to carry yourself in a professional manner. Don't come to the office looking like you're just going to the market. You have to dress right for work. When you're going to work, make sure that your shirt, your dress is ironed and you're looking respectable. So professionalism is very important. You are no longer in school, so you look forward. So I'm not going to take too much of your time. If there are questions, I will take the questions. But this is where I'm going to stop. So once again, congratulations. And I do appreciate SP Worry section. I know this is your maiden edition. Excellent, excellent idea. And I hope that other sections would also copy this because the young people truly are our future. And we need them to be able to do the task that is required to keep the industry going. So thank you for inviting me, and it's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very, very, very much. That was an insightful one from you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. From on behalf of all the graduating students on this call, the professionals, the young professionals, we say we love you, mommy. You've done so much for us. And a key point that I that stood out for me from what all you said was, say, have the mindset of how do I solve that problem. So for our graduating student, please take notes, have that mindset. And again, he said the key pathway to success is safety. Safety, as always, is as important as anything, as important as the operations they are doing, as important as even living in itself. So thank you very much, mommy. We really appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. So moving on, please, we've spent quite a lot of time already. So these are photograph sections. So let's everybody switch on their cameras. I want to see our beautiful faces for the females, for the male. I want to see our handsome faces. Please, let's turn on our cameras.
It's not allowing me to do it. So I don't know. It says the host has not allowed us to turn on our camera. You cannot start your video because the host has disabled it. Okay.
Okay, there's a...
Yeah, it's not
Okay. SP, I've never turned on my camera yet. My bad.
I still can't turn mine on.
All right, we'll address that. Let's just move on. We'll address that.
Okay. Kindly hold on. Please give me a minute.
So Amos, you can go ahead and take the photos. We'll address the turning on of cameras.
Come again, sir?
I said you can go ahead to turn and to take the photos. We'll address the camera issues for those that have such issues.
All right, no problem.
I still can't become an engineer.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. I've taken the photos. Thank you very much.
Very much.
Okay, so thank you so much to our keynote speakers. Thank you, Engineer Francis. Thank you, Dr. Afalabi. Thank you all for your words of wisdom and the insightful words that you've given everybody in general, students, YPs, and everyone in general. And we'll be moving on to the next agenda, which is the panel session, the area in which all of us have really been waiting for our panelists to really dissect and give us what is next, the key points, roadmap to success for what is next. So please, I'll be giving the floor to Hamad Yahaya, who is a graduate from there, and Timitope. You guys, you have a
Temitope and Yahaya, the floor is yours, please.
All right, thank you so much for the warm introduction. And good evening, everyone. I trust we are all doing great. We've been getting a lot of information and advices, a lot of important information, but I want you to be rest assured that it doesn't end there. The panel session is here to help you dissect, get more questions, more answers actually to your questions. My name is Temitope Asimi, as said, and I'm excited to actually welcome us all to this amazing session. We'll be having seasoned professionals that will be sharing their valuable insights with us today. And trust me, they will be addressing the questions on your mind. Just in case you're thinking, what next? Or you're probably thinking, how do I navigate this graduate journey? Or you're also thinking, how do I break into this oil and gas industry that everybody is talking about? How do I do this alongside volunteering? These questions are going to be answered today by our very experts panelists on this session. And I won't be doing this alone. I'll be doing this with someone who is also capable. My co-moderator, please, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this panel session. My name is Ahmad Yahaya, and I'm delighted to serve as a co-moderator. We have an exciting session lined up, powered by some of the brightest minds in our field, and I look forward to facilitating a smooth and engaging session. Thank you.
All right, so thank you. So it's time for us to meet our panelists. And like I mentioned, they are seasoned professionals. They aren't just petroleum engineers, but they are people with diverse background and expertise across different aspects. So the very first person I'll be introducing is Mr. Promise Aante. Is an enterprise technology engineer at British Petroleum. So yeah, he's also an energy and technology enthusiast. Let's just dive into reading his profile. Mr. Promise Aante is an energy and technology professional with a background in petroleum engineering, as well as prior research and experiences in carbon capturing and storage, data, and project management. Please let's give it a round of applause, a virtual applause, because it's not easy to be all of this at the same time. He's also an active volunteer, helping to inspire the next generation of STEM and energy talents in collaboration with platforms such as Royal Academy of Engineering, Bright Network, and BP's Early Engagement Program. Mr. Promise is a steering committee member for the Young Energy Professionals in London. Please, with a virtual applause, please let's welcome Mr. Promise. If you're on the call, sir, please say hello to us. We would very much like to hear from you.
Hi, I have my video turned on. I'm not sure if you can see me, but confirm if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. We are glad to have you today.
Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. On to the next person is Miss Ogenefejiro Bolaga, popularly known as Federal Government. Uh, Let me just go. She is the founder and director of Lecture Up, an e-learning platform connecting Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, India, Indonesia, and Libya. These are lots of countries to gather together, and it is not easy to be this kind of person. Please let us give her a virtual applause. Thank you, which has built a community of over 800 members. Our experience in the oil and gas industry covers midstream, downstream, and consultancy roles, notably as the editor in chief for NAPE's Petro Focus magazine, achieving a 19-year publication milestone. This is not easy. Once again, please let's continue giving the virtual applause. Currently, FG is a laboratory technician with SLB, where she explores and optimizes slurry and cementing fluids for well completion, supporting cleaner fusiform production. She has also contributed to delivering robust cementing jobs for over 40 wells and 25 rigs. This is not a small feat. Please let's continue with the virtual applause. She has done so well in the industry, including HPHT liner cementation projects. Driven by research and development, she has published multiple papers, including 5+ on One Petro, ResearchGate, with recent work focusing on effects of cement slurry and contaminations. For people looking to write their papers, these are topics for you. These are mentors you could reach out to. And also, she's committed to community impact. She doesn't just do the research aspect. FG leads a 3.4 million naira. She led a 3.4 million naira project installing solar powered LED street lights, benefiting over 1,000 community members. Another thing to learn from her, this effort earned her a chieftaincy title and recognition from the Federal Republic of Nigeria as an ambassador of NYSC, along with a scholarship up to PhD level. She's a graduate of the Petroleum Training Institute, EFUN, where she served as the Petro Quiz team lead, and she continues to mentor and inspire positive change. Please, Ms. Fejiro, if you're on the call, kindly say something to us. How are you feeling today? We're happy to have you here.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm feeling good, and at the same time, I feel tense because I have to catch up a lot of things at the same time. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here with us. We're happy to have you here.
Yes, so for our third panelist, we have Karen Uche. She's a data scientist with Atmos Filtration Technologies, where she uses data science practices to make the world a better place. She earned a double master's degree in petroleum engineering and data science and analytics from the University of Oklahoma, where her research focused on risk optimization for carbon storage and utilization. Prior to this, she worked as a planning engineer with ExxonMobil, Nigeria, gaining professional experience in petroleum engineering, project management, and planning engineering. She has been a dedicated volunteer with the Society of Petroleum Engineers since 2014. Wow. Previously serving as the president of the SPE University of Oklahoma Student Chapter, which won the SPE Presidential Award for Outstanding Student Chapter. She also held leadership roles as treasurer for the Society of Women Engineers, University of Oklahoma Student Chapter, and as the Academic Excellence Chair for the National Society of Black Engineers. Karen previously served as the Assistant Career Guidance Chair for the SPE Lagos section and has received numerous accolades for her service, including the SPE Nigerian Council's Girl in STEM Leadership Award 2018, the SPE Lagos Section Young Professional Service Award 2019, and the Pathfinder Award from both the SPE Port Harcourt and SPE Ghana sections 2020. She is the founder and director of the E.J. Awele Foundation, a cancer risk reduction foundation aligned with UN SDG 3 and volunteers for other impactful initiatives like Mathematics for Life Foundation, Girls Inc., and Higher Heroes USA. She is happily married and blessed with a beautiful daughter. Please give her a virtual round of applause. Ms. Karen, if you're on this call, would like to hear from you. How do you feel today? Are you happy to be here today? Mrs. Karen. Okay.
All right, let's move on. I
Okay,
believe
let's move
she's
to the
trying
next
to.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems she has an issue with her network. So for our fourth panelist, we have Mr. Ifeoluwa Omoshuweni, and he is a petroleum engineer, a data analyst, and leadership advocate passionate about driving professional growth and sustainability. He is a graduate of Covenant University. He currently serves on the Society of Petroleum Engineer Lagos Board as Education Outreach Chair and is a two-time recipient of the SP Lagos Young Professional of the Year Award 2024 and 2025. Wow, don't be easy. He has trained nearly 200 students and young professionals in Microsoft Excel for data analytics and delivered insights on leadership, career development, and personal growth to over 400 participants at events including the Nexus Leadership Summit, Enactors Forums, and SPE programs. As an Enactors project manager, he led a 100-member team to execute nationally recognized environmental projects, securing close to $10,000 in funding. You're going to state him on LinkedIn now. Ifeoluwa represents Nigeria as a youth ambassador at the World Summit Awards, contributing to high-level discussions on innovation, digital transformation, and sustainable development. Currently, he works as a commercial business analyst at Sahara Group, continuing to refine his analytical and leadership skills. Driven by a vision to create lasting impact in the energy sector and beyond, he's committed to empowering professionals, advancing sustainability, and leveraging data for transformative change. Mr. Ifeoluwa, if you're on this call, would like to have you here. Would like to hear your voice, please. Can you give me a better?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really happy to be here, and thank you for having me on board.
All right, so we would be moving to the questions and answer. Temitope, can you take it up, please?
All right, so thank you.
All right, good evening. I'll be sharing my screen now. Kindly stop sharing so I could share. Thank you. Please confirm you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, so we'll be moving into the panel session properly now. And the very first question, without further ado, the very first question is for Mr. Ifeoluwa. Oh, so sorry. Yeah, it's for Mr. Promise, actually. Mr. Promise and Auntie. Thank you. So I'll just be reading the question. There are numerous global scholarship opportunities available for recent graduates today. And from your experience, we would like to hear, how can a graduate not only find this opportunity, but also craft a standout application to access these global scholarships? Please confirm you got that.
Great. One more time, please confirm you can hear me. I heard your question loud and clear.
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
All right, great. Yes, so permits me, I heard the question, but I'll be looking at the screen as well while I try to break my answer down. Again, thanks for the opportunity, guys, to be here. In terms of finding scholarship opportunities, I would say that's pretty straightforward search, right? So the moment you start considering getting a scholarship, applying to scholarships, Google is your friend. You now have AI as well, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, whatever platforms you use, just keep on searching for scholarships for your specific, condition or requirements. So for example, scholarships available to Nigerian internationals, or scholarships available to, if you're an engineer, whatever, mechanical engineering graduates, and so on and so forth. Feel free to be savvy about your search. You can sign up to newsletters that help send you emails of, scholarship opportunities. You can see scholarship opportunities that maybe it's past, the deadline. What do? You keep them in case, you're keen on still applying to them for the following year. So that's in terms of finding opportunities. Oh, one more thing about that, feel free to leverage your network as well. So you would come across people who have gone before you, who have benefited from such international scholarships that you are seeking. Feel free to ask them about not just the one they were beneficiaries from, but perhaps they have a long list of scholarship platforms they've applied to in the past, and you keep on adding those various opportunities to your scholarship bank, as I would put it. In terms of crafting a standout application, I think there's no one size fits all. Just try to make sure you're going the extra mile. So the regular things, really preparing your applications, looking at the requirements and trying to meet up with those requirements, putting your documents in order, reaching out to people to help you with reference letters right ahead of time. One thing I found that's quite simple to do is, have drafts that are ready to go where you are writing from someone else's perspective about yourself. You send it to people, it's easier for them to either simply just agree with what you've said, but in most cases they would further edit it and put it in their own words. You just give them something to start from, rather than having to start from scratch to put those reference letters for you together. Try to get the input or feedback from people you trust, so mentors, people in the trenches like you that apply to scholarships as well. Show it to your friends, show it to mentors, show it to professionals, anyone that's maybe gotten that scholarship in the past that's willing to help, just so look at your application documents, your cover letters, point out errors if there are any, provide you with any tailored feedback that they can. Again, leverage AI, it's your friend. Upload your documents to ChatGPT and tell it to critique you based on specific criteria that you would put in your prompts. Final practical point I would share is there is a need, I think, to balance making sure your applications are quality and, it's also a numbers game. In my experience, when I was applying for international scholarships, I think I went through 9 applications in 2 years before I finally had my breakthrough. I had applied to, platforms like PTDF 3 times in 2 years. So the UK scholarship and then the France and Germany scholarship as well. I had done NLNG, the federal government, and so on and so forth. And in my mind, applying to platforms like PTDF that would offer up to 100 scholars a year, I stood a better chance than applying to like a shell that would give maybe 10, candidates per year, which was actually the one I was a beneficiary of, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is spread yourself, try multiple avenues, if anything, even put yourself forward to scholarship platforms that you're not too keen on. But what that does is it gives you application muscle. So even when you're applying to scholarship schemes that you're not keen on, maybe because of the country, the amount of the scholarship reward, even though you're not successful, it helps you with the experience, right? With the testing, the interview process, the document.
To search, get acquainted with newsletter, and
Okay, thank you so much for that, Mr. Promise. One key word I can take out from what you said was Google is your friend and AI is your friend, which is very, very true. And we need to make sure that we don't put all our eggs in one basket. Thank you so much for that. So we're moving to our next panelist, which is Ms. Fejiro, also known as Federal Government. Ms. Fejiro, are you on this call?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the question I have for you is, having recently received a presidential recognition for your outstanding impact during NYSC, what advice would you give to fresh graduates who are looking forward to making such remarkable contributions in their respective communities?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. And it's a great pleasure being on this call today. And congratulations to all the people graduating. One time this, one time that. So to the question, I would specifically like to draft maybe just a very summarized output, because we often seen, how do I put it, more like community service as a very big thing, but not knowing that even the little of all things can be seen as something great. So you don't want to have a very, very sophisticated idea, right? For me, it was quite different. I just went to Ebonyi State. I know God punished me, and out of his punishment, he has blessed me. So everybody wants to serve in Port Harcourt. I'm just being direct. Everybody wants to serve in Port Harcourt. Everybody wants to be in oil and gas, doing NYC in oil. Nobody wants to go out there to go and hustle. Nobody wants to be sent to the village to go and teach. But me, since that was not my own dream, God sent me to the village, and I taught physics. I taught SS1, SS2, SS3. Now to do community service for a primary school that was coming up, and they were speaking Igbo. But me, since I don't know Igbo, I had to speak to a teacher that can interpret in Igbo to the student. That is how difficult it was. So for the presidential recognition, I see it as a more of reward from God because I obeyed his instruction. So for you want to make an impact using your NYC is quite simple. Wherever he sends you, go. Once you go, it will give you the template of what he wants you to do. I will speak on the spiritual aspect and also speak on the basic aspect. The basic aspect would be like your own initiative, while the spiritual aspect would be on your own obedience. So if it's sending you to somewhere, it's sending you to go and do it's sending you for a particular reason. So where I served in Ebonyi is, I know people will laugh at me, no problem. Where I served is in Amechi, Ebonyi State. And in that Amechi, the community is extremely dark. Like these people, they have been living in that community with total darkness. I wonder how they survived it for the past years. And now imagining God just sent you as a savior. That Fejura, I'm sending you there to go and give people light. People that have been staying in darkness for the past 10 to 15 years. I want you to go and do so. And all of a sudden you did the light, and everybody start living in light. Like everybody's light, everybody's path is now bright. You can imagine the fulfillment you get from that kind of obedience. So it's for a purpose. NYC is for a purpose. Don't think I'm here as an NYC ambassador. I'm here as Fejura. I'm here as federal government. I'm telling you that NYC is for a purpose. And if he sends you to Port Harcourt, no problem. Congratulations. If he sends you to oil and gas, congratulations. But if he sends you to go and teach students, people that are yet to really have a great understanding of how life is, please go. Teach them, bring them up in a way that they will see that they have a future. Because most people that are in the village, they see themselves as intimidated. They see themselves like they don't have a goal, they don't have a future, like they are just in the village. After you go to school, you go to the market. After you go to the market, you go to the farm. That ends it. No, but if you are sent to teach, guide them, mentor them, bring them up, let them see the reason why they should foster their development. That could be your simple, remarkable contribution to humanity. It's not about installing solar light. It's not about building schools or doing all kind of things. As simple as that, that can be your own contribution to your respective communities. And you imagine that the parents, no problem. Thank you. You can imagine that the parents of those children will be ever grateful to you that you were able to guide their children. Thank you very much. I hope I answered your question. If I don't answer, let me know.
You definitely did answer our question, and I got something. So when you as graduates will be done, like you'll be done with your schooling now, so you want to move on to the next phase, and the next phase is definitely NYC. And if you're posted somewhere, please do not hesitate, go for it. You don't know if that is your calling to do remarkable things, so please let us all take this advice seriously, and thank you so much, Ma, for that. To the next question. The question is for Mrs. Karen. Please confirm you're on the call, ma'am. So I'll just read. Hello, confirm you're on the call, ma'am.
Hi, yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. So the next
Thank
question
you.
is that many recent graduates, they feel like the term global exposure through SPE sounds abstract or out of reach. Since most of them have only experienced SPE at the student level, what practical steps can a young graduate take to actively move from local participation to assessing truly global SPE opportunities? Kindly help share some insights on how we can actually assess these global SPE opportunities. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for the question, Temitope, and thank you everyone for inviting me to this session. I'm always excited about platforms like this because I know I started like this earlier on in my career, and it has basically launched me to where I am now. And all protocols duly observed to all the keynote speakers and my fellow panelists. So to answer that question, I believe to get international exposure through SPE, you have to start with local exposure, basically. You don't just get international exposure overnight. Locally, what are you doing? So a couple of practical steps I'll share is, first off, during the course of this session, I've heard people say, oh, have you rolled over your student membership to graduate membership? SPE gives you 1 year free graduate membership after you graduate. So that's the first thing I will do as I'm graduating now, ensure I have done that rollover. And then after doing that, make sure you're volunteering for events, not just your local events. Now you've left school, you want to attend your local chapter meetings, you want to attend your local annual meetings, and then from that you can then be exposed on the Nigerian level. For those of us that attended NAIS, kudos to you. That's a great way to get that exposure as well. And then you see from time to time, you can then start plugging into international communities as well, international events, and hopefully you get to attend ATCE, which is, the Global Conference, or OTC. Some other things I would say is take advantage of the SPE mentorship platform. If you take advantage of that e-mentoring platform, you'll be able to plug into mentors all around the world, not just in your local chapter. And then when you connect to like mentors from different places around the world, different experts around the world, you can then see from their point of view, and if there are opportunities to volunteer on those platforms, you'll be exposed to that. Also, SPE has live webinars they do all the time on LinkedIn. Don't be limited, especially now that you're a young graduate, you've not decided where you want to, go towards. Like the second keynote speaker said, you have to be open to so many opportunities. So attend those webinars. It's organized by SPEI, which is international body. Attend those webinars, explore, and then if you see technical events, if they are free, attend. If you can afford to pay, attend as well. And then also, if you see opportunities to volunteer internationally, you can also sign up for that through the SPEI platform. And of course, you can only access that if you've rolled over your membership to, your graduate membership. You can be able to see international volunteering opportunities if that's your intent. But personally, I'll advise you to start locally and then grow internationally, because the way SPE works, the international body, quote and unquote, have their own local chapters. And then when international events happen, all the local chapters come together to form international events, if that makes sense. So I'll advise you to go through the ranks in your local chapter, and eventually you get the international exposure that you're seeking. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Mrs. Karen. So to get international exposure, you need to start with local exposure. It's just like saying, if they don't know you for house, they don't know you for streets. So thank you for that. And we'll be moving to our next question. Mr. Ifeoluwa, this question is for you. So please, are you on the call? Can you indicate if you are available?
Oh yes, I'm on the call, yes.
Okay, right then. So the question is, volunteering is often mistaken for free work, especially among early career professionals. From your experience, what tangible and intangible benefit does SP volunteering offer? And how can someone begin to participate in a way that maximizes these benefits?
Right. So thank you so much for this question. I mean, I think it's a very it was well put together. So looking at it from this angle, volunteering is not necessarily free work, right? I see it more like a strategic work that pays in opportunities before it pays in money, right? Somebody might need to write that down or can put it in the comment so that somebody gets that. So I'll take it again, right? So it's more like strategic work that pays in opportunities before it pays in money, right? I mean, and the SP provides such platform. You're coming out within the context of your classroom. You're taught theory, right? You're taught oil and gas, geology, and the likes. And possibly the only exposure you might have is, what your lecturers teach you, or what the guest lecturers might teach you, or the event you have in school, and you have an opportunity to meet with the speakers one-on-one. All right, these are the things you have within the context of the school, right? But once you step outside school, once you're done with school, one benefit, I'm going to the tangible and intangible benefits now. So one benefit you have is what? Exposure, like Karen has rightly said. Exposure, very important. And exposure in the sense that, not necessarily exposure in the terms of oil and gas work, exposure in the sense that the people you're going to meet. I mean, within the SPE, you have a lot of top guys in the industry. To meet most of these people, you might, on a normal day, you might need to send mails. You might need to reach out to them formally. You know, I'm sure some of us has gone through a process, maybe doing IT. You wanted to get an internship. You know how much work you kept in. Your CV might not get to the HR directly. It might be through somebody, through somewhere, somehow. But when you're in the SP, the exposure, meeting these people in close proximity is a very huge advantage and is a game changer, right? And also that's one. So for the intangible part, I think is, the ability to just, work well with teams, right? I don't know that I could call that communicating effectively, because number one, when you're outside school, you tend to work on different activities in SP. For example, you could be in the NICE planning committee. You could be in maybe Lagos Energy Week. You could be in other top programs. You could be volunteering in different groups. And to be honest, you don't know how much you know until you put in some certain level of work. You might think you don't like maybe organizing events, but by the time you're working maybe in SP with a group of people, you find that interesting. And most of the time is by doing work over time, different kind of work over time, we sort of discover purpose, right? You tend to understand, this is what I like and this is what I definitely don't like, and you're able to make a decision off that. So I mentioned the tangible one, exposure, the intangible one, which is what? Communication. And I believe these are like the two things that you should put in mind. I mean, the benefits that volunteering tends to give you over time, particularly when you're within the SP. I hope I really answered that question, but that's all that for that.
All right, so thank you so much, Mr. Ifelua. You have definitely done justice to that. And then you said the intangible one is communication. You might not see it, but it gives you the opportunity to communicate with people you would normally not communicate with, and also gives you exposure to great people. And he said this very important thing. He said volunteering is not free work. Volunteering is strategic work that pays in opportunity before it pays in money. So let us all put this in mind. It pays and gives you opportunity. So to the next question, which is for Mr. Promise, I'll just read. So for a recent graduate transitioning into young professional in today's rapidly evolving energy landscape, what early career strategy steps would you recommend to remain competitive, relevant, and adaptable? What are the things you would recommend for early career people to remain competitive, relevant, and adaptable? Thank you. Please confirm.
Yeah, thank you for that. Hopefully you get. Yep, hopefully you can still hear me as well.
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Yeah, all right, great. I'll summarize this into, I would say, keep your finger on the pulse and stay involved, stay engaged with the industry. So in terms of keeping your finger on the pulse, our industry, the world as a whole is, rapidly changing or evolving over time, even though some things remain the same. Just try to remain abreast with what's going on out there, be very curious, keep learning, and that can take many forms. Just simply going out there and searching for things and reading, staying involved with things like this session we're having today, attending conferences from the comforts of your laptops and your phone. You can participate in all sort of virtual sessions here locally in Nigeria, within SP, globally, various sections and chapters that would organize things, and they would open them up to an international audience, and even things that have nothing to do with SP but are related to the energy industry as a whole, considering or if that remains your focus. And I think you can take that a step further by being proactive as well, trying to have some action, some tangible actions that makes you sort of like I would say distinguished young professionals. So hackathons, things, anything you can do that's like proof or evidence to your curiosity and your proactivity, have some proof of the kind of young professional you are or you're aiming to be. And my final point would be visible, in as much as you're doing all these great things, participating in all these great sessions, putting yourself out there, networking, speaking to, professionals that are way ahead of you. Try to be visible, share your learnings, share your insights, have a very public profile on wherever platforms, so LinkedIn, X, formerly Twitter, wherever the case may be engaged, keep yourself abreast, be visible. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Promise. That was a wonderful answer to a beautiful question. So you just told us how we should stay involved, stay engaged, and we should be proactive. And the one that actually caught my interest most was that last one where you said we should be visible. Because nowadays we hear a lot of graduates, even like after 5, 6 years in university, you come out and you're sitting and I'm an introvert. Please, you should end there, you should end in school. So the next question that we're moving to is Miss Fedro. So the question goes like this. Personal branding nowadays plays a major role in career progression, especially in a competitive industry like oil and gas. How can young graduates create a strong online presence that showcases their skills, experience, and personal brand? Are you on the call? Miss
Hello, can you
Fedro,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes, I can hear you now. Okay, so for personal branding is very important because for somebody to market a product, you have to come up with a brand that is scalable. So and the industry is already competitive enough. So if you want to stand out, it's advisable, not a must, but it's advisable that you have a strong personal brand and also should I say presence. One thing is to have a brand, another thing is to have presence. So transforming a brand into a presence is the one that actually distinguishes you from your peers. Somebody could be good at doing something, but might not have the presence, but we have the brand. Why somebody might not really be as good as, I'm not trying to cut down anybody, but might not be professionally oriented compared to you, but we have a better presence than you. So for young graduates, it's advisable to start with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is simple. Just create a profile, have your like this my photo here. You can use it as your profile photo. Very clear, smile. Nobody's beating you. Smile. Then apart from having your LinkedIn account, if you go for physical engagement like the SPA conference, NAPE, NSCHE, like SP is not only for petroleum engineers, because I've gotten a lot of questions about that aspect. So SP is for everybody as far as you're contributing to the energy industry. So even if you go for a personal, if you go for a physical gathering, that is enhancing the brand you have online. So I go to physical sessions and people were like, you're Fejiro from LinkedIn, right? Because they already know me on LinkedIn. And now I'm bringing myself physically for them to have that understanding that what I am online is actually my true life. I'm not living a fake life. It's advisable you should not live a fake life online. Avoid it by all means. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Don't try to impress anybody. Build the little you can build. Showcase your skills. Skills are volunteering, technical writing, MS Word, MS Excel. Those things. There's someone's profile on LinkedIn that the person is using Excel to build PVT models, how to calculate for stock volume, all this stuff. That can be your own brand. You might be good in Excel. Bring it online. Let people know that, okay, if I want to bring up somebody to talk on Excel now, somebody can come up and deliver a session on this. I was able to build my brand both physically, like both online and also offline. That is why I'm being able to stand here, or maybe stand virtually to deliver this presentation. So you can showcase your skills, simple skills, make your profile simple yet top notch. Don't build a profile if you know you will not be posting. I have a lot of my mentees that don't post. They don't post anything, and they will come and meet me. I'm intimidated. Why are you intimidated? Just post the one you know. If you don't know anything, like your course notes, if your lecturer teach you today, like for example, they taught you petroleum production as a pet something. You come on LinkedIn, simple ways to calculate for oil production, simple ways to do this. Like you can even do your course notes on LinkedIn, and people will be like, "Wow, this person is a top-notch professional. How do I call it? Professional person." So that is just how you can build it in the simplest way. Then, if you want to go for advanced, you now move further to the advanced session of personal branding. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. So thank you so much for your response. And she has said a lot. And also emphasis on the fact that some people live fake life on on LinkedIn, and they come and try to intimidate other people. So we should try as much as possible to be real with our post online. We should just try to sell yourself, personal branding, and take that seriously. So we'll just be moving to the. Thank you so much, ma. We'll be moving to the next panelist. Miss Karen, this question is for you. So it goes like this. A lot of students and young professionals struggle to balance SP responsibilities with academic or work demands. Based on your experience across multiple complex roles, how can volunteers manage their time effectively and stay engaged without becoming overwhelmed or fatigued? Did you get that, ma'am?
Yes, I did. Thank you. So the first thing I'll say is SPE has to be aligned with your career goals, your personal or your career goals, right? So personally, me, for instance, right now, I'm currently a data scientist. So SPE is aligned with my personal goals, right? It's something I love doing. I love volunteering. I love giving back. And this platform is a platform I always like to utilize. But for a lot of us who are actively working in the oil and gas, it should be closely aligned with your career goals. Like SP is no free work, just like one of the speakers said, it's not free work, right? It should be aligned with your career goals. You should be able to see yourself, things you should be able to get from like SPE sessions. Like I look at SPE sessions, I'm like, oh, this session is really interesting. I should attend it because I'm going to learn something new, a new skill, a new acquisition. And then that way you're able to like closely marry it to what you want to do. That way it's not work for you because you're, I don't want to say having fun because I'll sound like I'm geeking out, but you're enjoying or participating actively from it. Secondly, what I'll say is you have to learn to work in seasons, right? Most of you that are just graduating now, this is your time to like the world. You know, when they say you're graduating, the world is your oyster, literally. It is your oyster. Like you don't have anything tying you down now. You don't have any responsibilities. You don't have any husband or wife you're reporting to. You don't have any baby holding you down at your foot. You don't have like any job even because some jobs can be demanding, telling you, oh, you can do this, you cannot do this. Do you understand? So you literally right now you're in the season where you get to sow, right? So make sure you plant all the seeds you need to plant, to give everything you can to SPE, volunteer as much as possible, go for ALPs. I remember during my NYSC, I conducted over 20 ALPs in 1 year. I remember the other day I was working with my mom and I was showing her, oh, the schools I had done ALPs in when I was in Lagos. And I could point out like out of in the streets, there were like 8 schools and 5 of them I had done ALPs in them during my NYSC year, right? So just like Fejiro was saying, even if it's Lagos, I served in Lagos. I worked in an oil and gas company, but you see that my CDS day, I made sure I was always using it to go to schools, ALPs back to back. I remember sometimes I'll be coming back from work from the island, and when I get to Mile 2, which is a very popular bus stop in my area, students will be shouting SPE oil and gas because I was sitting down in the front of the bus and they were shouting SPE oil and gas because I had come to their school and I had taught them that chant. So this is your time to sow as much as possible, do as much as possible. I tell you, it will go a long way. I'm currently in a season where I cannot afford to go to schools for
Hello, ma.
ALPs anymore.
Ma'am.
Sorry? I'm currently in a season where I cannot go to schools for ALPs anymore, because there is no SPE chapter where I stay. I can only do virtually, but that record still follows you. So just, work in seasons, know this is your season to sow. So align SPE with your career goals, and I think you'll be able to balance it out without burning out. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mrs. Karen. That was a well-answered question. So moving to the next question, which is by Mr. Ifeoluwa. So a lot of students and young professionals struggle to balance SP responsibilities and academic or work demands. Based on your experience across multiple complex roles.
Ahmad, I think there's a duplicate here. You may have to go to the next slide, the subsequent slides that has his question. Yes.
Okay, next question, please. Okay, yes. Still on Mr. Ifeoluwa, with the increased focus on multidisciplinary teamwork in oil and gas projects, what combination of skills aside from engineering knowledge do you consider essential for recent graduates to adapt quickly in order to add value on the job? Please, we are limiting the answers to just 2 minutes, please. Let's try to be brief. Thank you. Mr. Ifeoluwa, are you on the call?
Okay, I think I got disconnected for a while, but I mean, you've read out the question, yeah?
Yes, I have. Please, you have just 2 minutes to answer. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So what combination of skills aside from engineering knowledge do you consider essential for graduate? Okay. So aside from engineering knowledge, right? I mean, I'm sure we're all aware of soft skills. You are the best, maybe, data analyst in the world, right? And the way you communicate that to people is not as the best data analyst in the world. Somebody that does little but can communicate it much better than you will definitely be perceived at a higher value, right? That's how the marketplace really works. Another thing again is also the ability to showcase your work, right? Now, this is a bit different from communication in the sense that you've done something good. Let people see it. Let that visibility be there. One of the speakers mentioned LinkedIn, right? A very good platform. You train 50 people, talk about it on LinkedIn. Let people see it, right? Be able to speak up for your work and be able to own up for the work you do, right? That way, it basically sells yourself in a good way, and people know you for what you are doing. Also, another skill I think that is very right is as if maybe God is watching you and people give their best at the office. So, I mean, put in the word, be someone that wants to get things done and do it well. Do it well enough. And I believe that with these three, what do I call it? 3 skills, right? I believe you stand out in the long run. You know, communication, putting in the work and making it very excellent, and also visibility. Put your work out there and own it and let people know you did this. I think this will be a good set of skills to work with. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, that does. Thank you very much. So yes, communication, branding, and putting in the work. It is very important for us to put in the work, because if you're not putting in the work, then there's nothing to show to the world. There's nothing to brand up. So please let us keep in mind those very important skill sets he has mentioned. So to the next
Also,
question.
just one more thing. Sorry, I noticed something in the comment, right? So, I mean, I mentioned something in the first, about volunteering. So it is before it pays in money, not than it pays in money. I think I said before, I don't know if it was a typo, but before it pays in money, because you need money at the end of the day. So let's just know and let be guided.
All right. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much.
To the next question. This is for Mrs. Karen. So, as the energy industry moves towards digital transformation and lower carbon future, what specific technical or digital skills do you believe young graduates must prioritize to remain competitive in the next few years? What are those skills that you think we as young graduates need? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to say is data literacy. As petroleum engineers, we currently work with data, and I feel like enabling yourself with all of these systems, digital tools, whatever tools you need to learn, coding, automation will do you good, right? So it was from my role as a planning engineer in ExxonMobil that I got the required skills. I was able to use to do a data science master's and eventually transition to a core data science role. So data literacy is very important. Another thing I'll say is adaptability and continuous learning. You have to have a learning mindset wherever you are. You have to always be open to learning, always be open to knowing more. And the last thing I'll say is systems thinking. Whatever you're working in, wherever you are, don't just work on, oh, how do I contribute to the job and leave? Always try to see the big picture. If you're working in a school, what is the end goal? That way you're able to appreciate what your quota is being, like what quota you're adding to whatever organization you are, how your contribution is ensuring overall growth. So you have to have a systems thinking mindset. The same thing if you're a reservoir engineer or a production engineer. Don't just focus on that your niche, right? Just like the keynote speaker said, at the end of the day, what do you aim to do? Are there other key roles you need to work with to make that a success? What are those roles and how can you adapt and work with them? So those are the three things I'll say. Data literacy, during my time, it was a time of Fortran and Excel, but those skills were easily transferable to Python now and now more easily transferable to Gen AI, NLP, and all of the new tech we're hearing these days. Secondly, be adaptable, have a continuous learning mindset, and then have a system thinking mindset as well. Don't just focus on your niche, see the big picture. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Mrs. Karen. The key takeaways are data literacy is very important and having a system thinking mindset. And you should also look at the bigger picture. So don't just focus on your niche. Look elsewhere and look outside. So the next question goes to Mr. Promise. So as someone who leads BP's Global Early Careers Committee, you've had the opportunity to guide the development of hundreds of graduates worldwide. Without going into proprietary details, could you share some of the core principles or success habits you've observed in graduates who thrive in such global programs?
Great. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, and I'll make this really brief. Let's say 4 points. First, what I've seen in graduates who thrive is one, they do their job well. So the core day-to-day job you've been brought in for, if that's the case, as a graduate, they do it well, you're delivering, you're getting help, getting feedback, making sure your day-to-day work is in top tier form. Secondly, you try to understand your company and the industry beyond what you're doing, day to day. So it's one thing to be given tasks to do and to just go about, and deliver them, but try to understand what the value is of what you're working on. Try to, like Karen was just saying, try to understand the company beyond your team, beyond your business area. What's the company's strategy? How does it filter down through the business areas, through your team, to the specific work you do? That's where you'll be very selective, or you would have an understanding of the sort of opportunities you can pursue. Third thing is, go beyond the extra mile. So the right thing to do is your day-to-day job, but beyond that, put your hands up for things you can do beyond what you're expected to do. Things like volunteering. I represent my company in a lot of internal and external facing extracurriculars. Put your hand up, make sure you're valuable beyond what's expected of you. And final thing, ask for help. You're not in it alone. As a graduate, the stupidity does not exist. If you don't know something, you don't know it. Put your hands up, be a sponge, soak up as much knowledge as you can, lean on those around you, teammates, seniors, whatever the case may be. Use that help, use the resources, learning and development resources you have available to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you very much. We've come to the end of our panel session. I would like to say a very big thank you to all our speakers. And I believe they all reiterated something. They said, do it well. That means put the necessary effort in everything and understand your company. The last speaker mentioned something like understanding your company. Go beyond what your niche is. And everybody on the call today has said that. Don't just say because I'm good at this, you just keep to that, try to diversify, do other things, try to show up, and also ask for help. It's very important. Ask for help, get mentors. A lot of these persons, you can also reach out to them on LinkedIn. Please, all our panelists, I would like to kindly ask for you to help drop your LinkedIn handle on the chat box so these students can reach out to you for further mentorship. And thank you so much for all the insight that has been shared today. And till next time, over to you, the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much to our moderators for this panel session. Thank you. And thank you to all our panelists. You guys really did justice to the questions that was asked. And I really know that the students really had already have gained interesting nuggets for how to prepare for what next after school. So thank you so much, Ahmad and Timitope, for that wonderful anchoring. And we'll be moving on to the next on our agenda. Hello, sir, please can anyone confirm if they can hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the Kudo board. I'm sure everyone is wondering what exactly the Kudo board is. Currently, we have the Kudo board on display, and I would like to give the floor to Juliana Oji to kind of like walk us through what exactly the Kudo board is all about.
Thank you very much, moderator. Please confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
All right. Thank you very much. And good evening, everyone. For the sake of time, please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. All right. My name is Juliana Oj. I'm from SPYP Warrior Session. And it's such an honor to anchor this very special Kudu Board session. And I'm sure most of you are wondering what this Kudu Board session is all about. This Kudu Board session is one where we showcase messages from our graduates. They are reminding us how SP impacted them. And so I'll be sharing and reading out some entries that they've put on the slide. All right. Moving on to the first entry. I will be taking this, and this is from Damilola. And she said, SP has been one of the most Okay, as she said, SP has been one of the most fulfilling parts of my journey at Futmina. It shaped me in so many ways, from the people I met to the experiences, the responsibilities, the teamwork, and confidence it helped me build. SP became a space where I grew, learned, and discovered new strengths beyond academics. Over time, I had the privilege of serving as treasurer, then vice president, and eventually president. Each role stretched me, sharpened my soft skills, and gave me the opportunity to support others. Through conferences, events, trainings, and countless planning moments, I gained exposure that broadened my perspective and strengthened my leadership skills. While serving as a leader, my chapter achieved so many milestones, including the SP International Presidential Award, and also won the SP Women Leadership Program Girl in STEM Leadership Award this year. All right, congratulations. What made this journey special wasn't just the awards, but the impact we made, helping members access opportunities, reaching out to community through outreach programs, and building a chapter that people could rely on, learn from, and feel a part of. Being able to contribute to that growth remains one of my proudest achievements. As I graduate, I am grateful for every step of the journey. SP gave me memories, friendships, skills, and experience that will carry with me for a lifetime. It was more than an association. It was the place where I found purpose, made impact, and grew into a better version of myself. And this is from Oluwadamilola Omotosho. Congratulations, Oluwadamilola. Truly a powerful story of transformation, resilience, and gratitude. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us on Kudu board. All right, I would like to take this another entry, and it says there are moments in life when you discover something bigger than yourself. For me, that moment was SPA, not just a student chapter, not just an association. It felt like a large family with endless corners to explore, where every turn had new uncles, aunties, and cousins waiting to help you grow. When I joined SP in 2022, I was not active. I attended meetings, but I was not involved. Then 2023 came, and something struck me deeply. I suddenly realized that I had resources at my feet, and I was not maximizing them. I saw senior colleagues learning, leading events, volunteering, and developing themselves. Many of them came back with new knowledge and new opportunities. Coming from a background where traveling was not a regular thing for me, I became inspired. I pushed myself to join, to serve, and to give my best through volunteering. That decision changed my life. The truth is simple. The more a student volunteers wisely, the more value they receive. Oh yes. SP began opening doors I never thought was possible. And sorry. To my fellow members and upcoming engineers, sorry. Okay. All right. Apologies for that. Okay. Then the moment came, leadership called. Many people believed I would become president because of my activity and service. But honestly, I was afraid. I knew Nigeria, anything could happen. But with God's grace, I stepped into the position. That decision led to one of the most impactful periods of my life. As president, I was blessed with the chapter. I was blessed to take the chapter to heights few imagined possible. Our chapter emerged as the second best in Nigeria. We won competitions within the state, outside the state, and even at continental levels. We created a legacy that will be felt for years to come. It was not easy, but it was worth every effort because it transformed life. As I look back, one message stands strong. To every student member out there, do not hold back. According to Newton's third law of motion, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Yes. If you do big strategically into SP will give you results beyond your imagination. I think we need to record this. I hope it inspires someone to rise, take responsibility, and write their own legendary story within the SPE family. Briggs Dye, thank you so much for sharing your story. Indeed, we are so inspired. All right, for the second time, I'll be taking the second to last entry, and this is from Saka Adetayo. And it says, I was introduced to SPE by a remarkable group of students who brought the chapter to Lautech. They were about to graduate and couldn't carry the organization forward themselves, but they saw something in me. And he says, during my interview with them, I gave them a promise that would define my entire undergraduate experience. I will build this chapter, create a foundation that will last, and ensure SP Lauter becomes a name respected across the SP community. That promise became my mission. From the beginning, everything we did carried meaning. We built a structure where none existed. We created visibility where there was silence. We inspired students who had never heard of SP before. Through technical sessions, ALPs, Energy for Me outreach, and the ground industry week, which we organized physically at Lautech, we touched lives both inside the university and across schools in a bomber show. As I reflect on my journey, one principle captures my drive more than anything else. Okay, I think we are Newton students. Newton's second law of motion, which states force equals mass times acceleration, F equals to ma. This law teaches that the progress you achieve is determined by the force you apply, and that has always defined me. Once I set a goal, I apply the necessary force, discipline, consistency, and resilience until motion becomes momentum and momentum becomes achievement. Please clap for this graduate. Please just keep clapping. That principle built this chapter. That principle shaped my journey. And that principle will continue to drive everything I pursue next. Now, as I transition into the industry and move towards my ambition of pursuing a PhD in robotics and autonomous system, my vision is to contribute to the petroleum industry through intelligent automation and innovation, building solutions that can transform Nigeria and the world. Thank you, SP. You shaped me, you challenged me, you prepared me. Watch closely. This young, ambitious boy in flesh is only beginning his journey to infinity and beyond. Pioneering President SP Lautek Saka Aditayo. Honestly, what an inspiring journey from a pioneering president. Thank you, and we can't wait to see you at the top, Saka Aditayo. All right, we'll take the last entry. Just for the sake of time, I would have loved to read all your entries at the Kudo board. It's so heartwarming. But I'll take this one, and this is from Ebby Bobomi, the outgoing president from SP Novena. And she says, my journey within SP has been one of growth, responsibility, and meaningful impact. Looking back, I had little real life leadership experience when I started, but SP became the platform that shaped and strengthened me. I began as the PRO, where I managed chapter communication, publicity, and our external image. This role built my confidence, improved my organizational visibility, and taught me how to represent a professional body with integrity. It also sharpened my communication skills and introduced me to professional networking, especially on LinkedIn. As I advanced on to the role of VP, my responsibilities expanded. I'm especially grateful for the connections I made with peers. My journey reached a historic milestone when I became the first female president in my department and in SP World section at large. Through challenges, setbacks, achievements, and victories, I learned grit, endurance, and focus. Each role strengthened my inner capacity for leadership and strengthened me into a more resilient version of myself. My SP journey transformed me into a confident, resilient, and purpose-driven leader prepared to contribute meaningfully as a young professional. Thank you to the SP Nigerian Council for your support and guidance. Okay, thank you very much. All from all the entries, one thing we are called SP keeps impacting and impacting. Okay, so I would have to hand it over back to the moderator here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Juliana. And congratulations once again to our outgoing student. I know the journey was not easy. For some of us, it was a journey of 5, 6, some even 7, all because of COVID and ASU strike. So once again, congratulations to everybody. And moving on to our next agenda, would please just help me to give a resounding virtual applause for our mommy. We all know her. She is the immediate past council chair of SP Nigerian Council. Please, let's continue with a round of applause. Please welcome me in giving the floor to Engineer Dr. Amina Damadami for the award and recognition to the solicited chapters. You have the floor, ma. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
All right. Thank you. So good evening, and council chair, council members, distinguished guests, faculty, SPE members, and all our incredible student leaders, and SPE, and everyone. You're all welcome. So today is not just another ceremony. Today is a celebration of excellence, passion, and unstoppable leadership within the SPE community. So we're here to appreciate all our volunteers, whether you're a student officer, you're not an officer, all our volunteers are leaders, and all of you have really tried, and you've done amazing things this year. So we thank each and every one of you. So we're also, and because without you, the president and all the officers could not have achieved much. So the honors and the gratitude goes to each and every volunteer. So, but we're also here to honor the student chapter presidents who have gone beyond, above and beyond raising the bar and have redefined what student leadership looks like. And these outstanding presidents were selected based on 4 powerful pillars. They didn't just meet these expectations, they exceeded them. So the first criteria was exceptional program delivery. So from technical sessions to workshops and all industry engagements. So these leaders consistently created programs that didn't just fill the calendar, but they transformed their chapters and empowered their members, which is what SPE is all about. Secondly, membership growth. Without members, SPE is hinged on, or it depends on volunteers. So we need members. It is members that drive SPE. So growing a chapter is no small feat, but these presidents made it look effortless. Through smart engagement, strong communication, they built thriving, active sessions and united as well. So, and then another criteria is STSE performance and leadership drive. So leadership is influence, and these presidents demonstrated that drive, strategic thinking, and resilience that elevated their chapter's STSE performance and strengthened the overall SPE student ecosystem. I mean, the students are the future leaders. They are the ones that will collect the baton and continue. So another important criteria, the fourth and final criteria, is new initiatives and innovation. So these leaders didn't wait for opportunities, they created them. They introduced bold new initiatives, fresh collaborations, innovative ideas that reshaped the chapter experience and set new standards for excellence. So today we celebrate these leaders who balance academics with service, who led with creativity, passion, purpose, who inspired their peers and left a legacy of growth and impact. So these leaders are do you want to hear them? Okay.
Yeah.
So the
Okay.
2025, on behalf of SPE Nigeria Council, I hereby announce the 2025 SPE Nigeria Council Outstanding Chapter Presidents in no particular order. Number 1, Destiny Osaremen, University of Benin. Please, we need applauses. I can't hear it. Okay. Then number 2, Jesu Tofumi Olaleye, Obafemi Awolowo University.
Wow.
Number 3, Oluwadamilola Omotosho, Federal University
Wow.
of Technology, Mina.
Wow.
Number 4, Inus Arabiu, Bayero University, Kano. Number 5, Daye Briggs, University of Port Harcourt. Number 6, David Kachuku, Federal University of Petroleum Resources. Number 7, Ebi Bobere Bobomi, Novena University. Number 8, Nicole Abeshi, University of Uyo. Number 9, Emmanuel Adeleye, Ibinidium University, Okada. Number 10, Olowo Abdul Koyum Olowo Okere, First Tech University, Ibadan. So please give them a resounding round of applause. They deserve it. And for all of you to volunteers. So in recognition of their outstanding leadership and extraordinary contributions, the outstanding chapter presidents will be presented with letters of recognition by the SPE Nigeria Council. This is a testament to the value they've created and the mark they've left on their chapters. And that's not all. The top 5 presidents will receive a special invitation to STSE 2026, where they will share their leadership journey, their strategies for chapter growth, and the powerful lessons that they've learned along the way. Their experiences will inspire future leaders and help shape the next generation of SPE excellence. So to all our awardees, all our student presidents, your pioneers, your builders. Community. And today we're proud to celebrate you. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me to give them a loud, enthusiastic applause for our outstanding SPE Student Chapter Presidents. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Good to have you here doing this. So, moderators, over to you.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma. Congratulations to all our Ds. You know what they all say, the reward for hard work is more work. So we'll be expecting to see more hard work as you venture into the YPs, and to all leaders that have not been awarded. Do not fret. The award is still your, it's still your, it's still your. So do not fret. The world is still your challenge to still overcome. So still putting the work and continue to leave impact in wherever your community is. So we'll be moving on now to the next on our agenda, which is the student to YP conversion. And please join me in welcoming Kimberly Tengod, who is the YP membership chair for SP Port Harcourt section. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. Is Michael confirm you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, thank you so much. I want to use the opportunity to thank everyone on the call. Good evening, once more, distinguished professionals, students, members, and actually leaders here on the call. My name is Kimberly Tengod, and it's really an honor to share the procedure on how we can from students, members to becoming young professionals. So before I start, today is actually a very important milestone, not only for them who are transitioning, but for students, but for also SP. For the final year, guys, on the call, you are not just moving into the next category of membership, but once this opportunity to let you know that you are stepping into a new phase of responsibility, a new phase of visibility, also for your professional growth as well. I know we all started as we all started with curiosity in our year one, certainty and interest for our missions, and for many of us, SP is actually actually created that capacity, confidence, and the competence right now. Most of us, we are students members. We studied in technical class, Symposium, beings, leadership, and many others. And these experiences have actually prepared us for what is for me. So moving straight to the transition, we're moving to the young professional stage. It's not just the change of designation. It's actually an opportunity for us to volunteer more and also create more engagement. So this is a call for more work, not that students body this time around, that the young professional. So quickly, I believe most of us are more, and most of us are finally guys just graduated from the university, and I don't know if we have any transition and if we have prepared for the defense membership profile. So I'll just take the next 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes to take us through how to transition become young professional. I don't know if you're on the call, state member, and you're in final, if you graduated, please kindly stay on the call while I take us through moderator, please, you have permission to share my screen so I can just have a different demonstration on how easy the process is. Micah, can grant me access to share my screen quickly?
Juliana, please, can you grant Kimberly access? Yeah, host now. Allow him share his screen.
I
Okay,
think I've been
that's fine.
granted. I've been granted access already. Please confirm you can see my screen now, so I can proceed.
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Okay, quickly. I just logged in on an account now. After going to the website sp.org, and I logged into the account with this volunteer's email address and also his password, and I want to renew it. To transit him from the student member, from being a student member to the young professional. So once I open the page, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the student membership renewal, and a question is being asked here for you to proceed with the registration, with the transitioning. So you click to renewal. Only if you're on the board, you can do this quickly. See how videos this particular process. So you move straight to confirming your personal information. Once it's confirmed, you move straight to the next. This is where you benefit as a young professional. When you're transitioning, you have 1 free year of membership from being a young professional for just 1 year. So you'll be clicking on the free 1 year membership. You proceed to pay. The process is very easy. You click on pay now. Yes, you have your receipts and a thank you message from SP National to let you know that you are now a national member, and that'll be all. And you have to register with you have to reach out to your section, and you're then going to be added to the young professional platform. So finally, speaking, I really want to use this opportunity again to express gratitude for all those who actually have won today. From being student leaders and just student members, you are now a young professional. You must have thousands of the opportunity to say a very big thank you for your service as a student member and encouragement. We need you. We need more of you. The young professional space. We need more of your volunteering spirit. It's all about volunteerism. So we want to see you in the next stage, and we want to see you grow in the next stage also with courage. Thank you so much for being here. We have a link that will be shared on the chat box. I don't know if you're on the call, you can share the link. This link, we are going to be having some persons who will be set for renewing, please. We are using the opportunity to also plead with you after renewing. Please refer others so that you can. We have exciting prizes to be won for the first or the best referral. There are videos for you to watch, and I will take you through this traditional process as soon as possible, and also a PDF. So the link will be posted here, and you can actually click there. So thank you so much for being on the call so far. Back to you, moderator.
Okay, thank you very much, Kimberly. Thank you very much for that. We've spent a lot of time already, so please, there's an announcement for those interested, students that are interested in Slido quiz. Please wait on the call after the closing remarks so that we can take our Slido quiz. Trust me, it promises to be exciting, educative, and amazing. So please stay back after the closing remark. So moving on, without any further ado, let's welcome our student, our very own student programs advisor, SP Nigeria Council, the person of Ogene Rume Ogolo, to take the goodwill message. Sir, please, you have the floor.
Okay, a very good evening to everyone, and I must also thank our senior members, the council chair, the immediate past council chair, BOT chair, and senior professionals, student chapter president, student programs committee, professional members, and student members. I appreciate everyone for joining the program today, and I thank once again our distinguished speakers and panelists who have, out of their busy schedule, have come to speak to our students. And just as it has been echoed today, the students, the young graduates, you guys are the future of the oil industry. And for us to have a sustainable industry, that's why we've been able to put up this event, so as to see that you guys will be able to learn one or two things that would enhance your career. So for me today, even I myself as a professional, I've also gone far in the industry. I also learned and I jotted a lot of things down today, so that it will also help to enhance my career opportunities, or to enhance my career opportunities. So I would just also advise that the students, you guys put, or the recent graduates, you guys put all that you have learned today into practice, that it will help and it will enhance your career. Because many years ago, I was once like still, even you are even lucky because you're having this program, but then there was nothing like Zoom, there was nothing like, online meetings. You are just on your own, sometimes SPE chapter there puts up a program once. There's not even like a career day, or I mean a graduating ceremony like this. So you have been given a lot today, so we expect you to make do of as many of this vital information you've received today. I also congratulate the chapters who had won, and this is the first time that this has been done under SP Nigeria Council, and I thank the immediate past council chair also too for our support to the students during our regime as the council chair. Thanks so much. We are still your children. We are still loyal. Okay, so because she was very, very mindful of the students, and just as you can see, the current council chair also had the students at heart, and the BOT chart of their busy schedule. They all came and still spoke to you guys for this program. So thanks a whole lot to everyone, and wish recent graduates and graduate students a successful career in the industry. But finally, please, I will beg you, make good use of what you've had today. Thanks also to the current chair for putting up this program up. At first, when we were discussing, I was just telling him that, oh, please, students already have events that they do. Let's see how we could adjust it. But based on what the outcome of this, you can see that the event is really, really enriching. That even I myself, as a professional, I gained so much that I know would really benefit my career. Thank you, and wish us a good night rest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir, for that one. That was a wonderful goodwill message. Thank you very much, sir. And moving on, I know we spent a lot of time, so we're trying to, beat time right now. Well, I'll be going for the closing remark. Let's dot all I's and cross all T's. And to take this is our very own student program chair, SP Nigeria Council, the person of Abifa Bebenimibo. Mr. Abifa, please, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you very much. I pronounced it very well. Please confirm you can hear me without any noise around.
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, good. So while I'm speaking, just do well to make my other name. And there's also another Abifa. Just make it a chorus so I can just share something briefly. I want to really thank everyone who has been part of this program. It's amazing that this initiative started last month, and I thought who better would I call to lead the initiative than to bring in one of my amazing volunteers right? I served as the ALP lead while I was chairperson YP in my section. And thanks, Paul Alabi, did a very good one coordinating. Callistus Chikoya did a good one putting out the flyers, very amazing flyers, and some designs out. Pedro did the slide. Various persons. Can we just showcase the team composition on the call? So while I'm appreciating the team a lot because a lot has gone on. Yeah, thank you so much. Right, that probably is coming up. I want to thank the BOT chairs. You have stayed up to, I think this up to this time. Really appreciate the engineer leadership. Thank you so much. Council chair came in full support, immediate past chair and full support, even recognizing these outstanding student presidents. Thank you so much. My immediate past student program chair has been very supportive in all ramifications. Thank you so much. All council members that came in, we really appreciate you. You can see the planning committees, my co-chairs, Obi Obota, Aisha, the co-chair 1, Aisha, the co-chair 2, Callistus, a lot of the different persons. I'll just take time because appreciation, I like appreciating people to just mention their name. Samuel, Michael, Ahmad, Juliana, Pedro, Milo, Evans, Timmy Tucker, Sadiq, Kimberly, AB, Amos, Raphael, Inusa, Boluatife, Paul Alabi. Thank you all so much. Paul Alabi was the coordinator for this, and I really appreciate the team. Like what I said, this will be like more one of the major programs before we have our student conference. So I will use this opportunity to unveil where we are going to have the next STSC in 2026. So I'll just share my screen with you to use that as part of just the closing remarks. Thank you all. Thank you all for all the amazing support in making this program was a success in all ramifications. And it's also going to be displayed on YouTube. You can go in anytime to look at some of the images that were shared. All right. So I will just put it in and just, yeah. Please, can you see? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can, sir. Go ahead, please.
You can see, okay, you can see my screen, right? Okay, yeah. So great, yeah. STSC 2026 is what brings together all students, even you, many of you that just graduated, you're still allowed. You're standing mute, the speaking. All right. So SPSC is the student conference that brings together all students. It's a yearly conference. Next, we also have the NIES where the awardees and all that came in. I want to also congratulate all the outstanding chapter president recognized today. Even all presidents that that have worked selflessly in the chapter. Thank you all so much for the support throughout the year. So we're going to invite some of you also to STSC 2026 to share some of your leadership strategies. I mean, feel free if you want to come in to STLC 2026 also. All right, so I just want to display this. So Petrobo team members are on the call already. So look at the year Petrobo started. We started in 2004 in the University of Port Harcourt, hosted it. In 2005, we also have Uniport hosted for 2 years, 2006, Enugu State University. I was privileged to be in 2015. That was my first STSC hosted by PTI. 2016, I was there in University of Benin. And 2017, my graduating year in University of Uyo. First private university to host STSC was Unai University in 2018. Obafemi Awolowo University took the bull by the horn in 2019. We were to host it, which was the first non-petroleum engineering school as at that time to host it. So 2020, we had the second private university, the Nigerian University of Kada. Then 2024, we had the University of Rio. After 2 years in PTI. This year, we did it in Kano. Let me just give 30 seconds. Who do you think is hosting it in 2026? Let me see. Let me see. Chat on the group. Who is hosting it in 2026? Where are we going in 2026? Okay. Unilag. All right. So, yeah, PTI. Okay. Yeah. Uniport. Okay. 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 So, okay. Man. All right. So, for the 2026 STSC host, where we'll all be meeting physically together. Even as graduating students, you're allowed to come in. Yeah, in as much. And also, you can even play the petrol if you qualify. So if within your time of graduation, if it's within 6 months, you can always participate. So to crown it all, we called for the expression of interest, and the STSC 2026 host will be in Petroleum Training Institute, Warri, from March 25th to 28th, 2026. And the theme is empowering future energy leaders, collaboration, innovation, and resilience in a changing world. Thank you very much. I look forward to hosting some of you, even though you are graduates, right? I look forward to hosting some of you there and also inviting some of you to share your experience at STSC. Thank you all for your support for an amazing 2025. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ebifa. Thank you very much. That was a wonderful closing remark. So our participants are still on the call. Kindly hold on. Our participants are still on the call. I'm calling on my co-moderator. Micah, please, the floor is yours now. Micah, please, are you still on the call? Oh, okay, I
Thank
think
you so much, Amos. Good evening, everybody. I'm sure this is just another aspect in which all students have been waiting for. Wrap your chapter on Slido. So our game master for this night, I believe it is already night. So yeah, for this night it's going to be Sadiq Olowoyo Bioju. So please, Sadiq, you have the floor.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Manka, can you make me co-host? I want to share my screen.
Okay, while Sadiq is being made co-host, please, we all should participate. There's prizes to be won, so please participate.
Confirm now, Sadiq, if you are a co-host, you can share your screen.
Not yet, I can't.
Juliana, please, can you help make Sadiq co-host?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hope you can see my screen. Yeah, we can join the game code now. This is the game code on our screen. Please, let's join the game. And please join with the name that we can recognize.
All right, Sadiq, while everyone is trying to join, could you just quickly run through the rules so that we'll have a seamless transition once the game starts? Yeah.
Okay, so we are doing MCQ. I know all of us are. We know what is MCQ, and it is time based. And once the question is in displayed, is the best is for you to answer as fast as possible. You can have more points to be the top at the end of the game. Then the top performance, yeah, will reward the top performance for this particular quiz. That is the rule. And also, please, once you are joining, join with your name, and you can also join with your name. Then at the same time, put your school, probably for the Unilag or as your case may be. Sorry, I will say again. Hope you can still see my screen. Only have 5 people here. I'm waiting for the rest of us. Now we have 10 people. So we start. So once it's 7:23, we will start. 7:23, so that others can join. Yeah, we will be starting now. I wish us good luck. Now the questions are not that hard. Believe me. So we can see the response. In case you don't know, you can choose my date of birth. Thank you so much. And we have our answer 1971. We joined OPEC. Next question.
Sorry, Kim, I want to also read out the question sometimes just to encourage engagement and participation. Yes. While we continue, you can just go ahead. Well done.
So Africa, we have a lot of young people in Africa. So moving to the third question. What do you call a rock that stores hydrocarbon? Like we have cap rock, akiva, gisava rock, source rock that stores hydrocarbon. Thank you so much. So let's see the answer. So the gisava rock store hydrocarbon. Next question. How many sections are there in SP Nigeria Council? 4, 6, 5, 7. I know the answer. 4, 6, 5, 7. Just pick one of them. Rating 2, 1, 0. Then let's see the answer. Yeah, we have 6 sections. Don't know, some people are picking 5. We are now 6 now. A trend that is actually all like that expanding their business portfolio to include renewable energy is known as can we get the answer? Let's see. Diversification. Next question. What is a major driver of growth in oil and gas industry? Let's see the answer. Growth, decline, increasing energy demand, increasing energy demand. Let the best man win. Yeah, next question. I believe we are. Question 7. What does spot the well mean? Abandon the well, start drilling, stop the rig, wash the debris. Whether you watch or you stop or you start or you abandon, you have to do one of them. Let's see the answer. You start drilling and hear the word for the well. For those of us that are going through the question 8, let's go. Integrity framework is often used to summarize the future oil and gas industry. What does it mean? Discovery, drilling and distribution, demand development, and delivery. We have decarbonization, digitalization, and diversification. Data dollars division. That will be the answer. Option D. Oh, I'm wrong. That's not the answer. Question 8. Let's see. Who used to emerge as the winner of Petrobras Africa at the ATC 2025? My own school is our own school. We have Italy from Nigeria. We have from Argentina, from France, from Brazil. So let's see the answer. Okay, from Argentina. So let's see the participants why they are here. Then to the next question, please. Next question. What is the name of the Student Affairs Chair of SP Nigerian Council? Francis Ebe Golo. Yeah, that is the final question that we have. So let's see the final scoreboard. We can see the scoreboard. I have Kausalat Fupri got 8/10. Then Uze from Futmina. Then SI. Sorry, who's SI? So that brings us to the end of the quiz. Thank you for joining. I hand over to Micah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sadiq, for that seamless run of the game. I felt Kausarat's excitement when she won ahead. Woo! And I was like, oh wow. So Kausarat, I think both of us might be sharing the prize, but to all the winners, please, there'll be a number sent on the chat box. Please message that number. So please help me in putting the number. So yes, and congratulations to our winners, and congratulations to all participants. You were able to learn one or two from this game. So that brings us to the end of the maiden edition of the annual Student Graduating Symposium by the SP Nigerian Council. Please can we give a virtual round of applause? Thank you to all the organizers of this program. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you to everybody. And please, let's not forget that we should heed all the advice and all the words of wisdom from our council chair to BOT chair to panelists, to literally everybody that have been able to pass through the journey. You understand? Like pass through this phase of the journey that you all are about to embark on. And thank you so much. And watch out for more exciting programs from the SP Nigerian Council. Have a wonderful night and bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining. Thank you. To my energetic moderators, Amos and Michael, well done. My panel moderators as well, everyone that took one item or the other. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Saibi, and every other senior officers. Yeah, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. And to the real MVPs, the students that joined, the students and the YPs. Thank you so much. See you. And like you guys know, you're not done. Well, you're not done with us yet. For SP, there will always be back-to-back programs. So watch out for the next flyer for the next program and do well to join as well, because you know you would then. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night rest. Bye.
Well done. Thanks. Amazing team. This was good. Well done. Amazing.
Thank you, sir. Bye, everyone.